All right, so we'll start over. So welcome everyone to our strength and balance class. So again, I am Coach Julio. We will be working on balance exercises as well as strengthening movements that are going to supplement our balance as well as our posture. So we just want to make sure that when we're trying a new exercise, that it feels comfortable, that there's no, hello, good morning, that there's
Morning.
no
Hi.
uneasiness, that there's no pain. So we just want to make sure that we feel safe. We don't want to have any loose items around the floor, no carpet that's gonna like move us out of the way or cause issues. And again, if there's a movement that I prescribe that you just don't feel comfortable with it, let me know. We could find an alternative movement for that or an alternative option. But outside of that, we'll try to just be pretty simple. I have about, let me see what the workout looks like. I have 4 different blocks, and each block has about 5 to 6 different movements. And once we're done with that, if we've gone through all the exercises, then we'll do some stretching to cool off, and then just do more of a cool down. Okay, so all right. And with that being said, we're gonna start with our Romberg stance. So if you remember this one, this is where we are standing on our feet. So we'll just relax here. We could be standing barefoot or just on our shoes. So again, not much going on. We're just standing here, and we want to just kind of pay attention to little sensations around our ankles, if our ankles are shifting or moving, and yeah, your arches as well. So we have Angela, Leslie, Deborah, Barbara, Mike. So May Jane. So yep, we're standing here. Now we're gonna look left to right. I guess we're looking left to right. And then just a reminder, if we watch the videos through a recording, I do ask if you could just comment on the video, your initials. That way I could just track of attendance. Just because Canvas sometimes doesn't capture every login for some reason. It just doesn't. So let's look left to right. Up and down. If there's any movements that you feel a little bit uneasy about, what you could do is just have the chair nearby or a counter or a table, and just hover your hand over it or lightly tap that counter, and we can just use that as a modification to whatever movement we're doing. So up and down. Very good. I'm gonna turn on my fan. It's a little warm. It's supposed to be warm today. I believe it's 78 to like 81 of high. All right, so right here, we're gonna close our eyes. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. Make sure you feel safe and comfy. Relax. All right, let's go ahead and open your eyes. And right now, what we're gonna do is advance to our next exercise. Okay. So our next movement is gonna be a single leg Romanian deadlift. So we did this last time where we did more of like a split position. So for this one, a deadlift, I'll demonstrate. It's gonna be a slight bend at the knees, and you're just gonna go down and up. If you have any type of weight equipment that would supplement this exercise, if you have a dumbbell, that'd be a good time to grab that. If you don't have a dumbbell, maybe a water bottle, something that's gonna provide a little bit of resistance will help, okay? So that's the regular Romanian deadlift. So now for the single leg, what I'm gonna ask you to do is you have your split. So this time you're just gonna step back. So you could either step really far back or just bring your foot back a little bit, or you could even elevate it if you're pretty confident on your balance. So we'll be here and then just go down keeping that dumbbell close to you, and then back up. So if you recall, last week we tried this one, and I think I had a student mention that their back was irritating them, and that's gonna happen if you have the dumbbell out here. So if you do this here, you're just gonna curve your back and it might irritate you. So make sure that your dumbbell is close to your leg the entire time down, and then back up, okay? All right, so the goal is to do 6 to 8 of these, all right? So when you're ready, let's go ahead and begin. Same right here. And this is slow movement, so it should be about 4 to 5 seconds down and another 4 to 5 seconds up. So that's 1. Remember, you could have your back foot down and then come up this way. You're gonna feel that on your hamstring, maybe even your glute of that leg that's almost completely straight. We do want a slight bend on it. 3. 4. And once that balance gets better, you could elevate that leg, but that's a more advanced movement there. 5. So 6 to 8 of these. 6. 7. And 8. All right, put that weight down, relax a little bit. So we'll take about a 30-second rest, and we're gonna switch legs, okay? About 15 more seconds. This is my 3rd class of the day, and I usually have a little 30-minute window, so I try to eat quite a bit in between my 2 classes. So there's times where I'm doing these exercises and my belly's a little bit on the swollen end. So right now I'm feeling that way. All right, so now that left leg comes back, slight bend at the right knee, and we're engaging on that leg there, okay? So remember, 6 to 8 of these. Keep that dumbbell really close to your shin. So you see that dumbbell the entire time it's making contact with my leg, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. I'll put that down, okay? And just recover your 30 seconds. Okay. All right. So next is gonna be our curtsy lunge with the leg lift, okay? So a curtsy lunge, we're standing here, right leg comes behind and across, and you try to lunge. If we can't do that kneeling because of knee pain, then let's just try to come over and just drop that back heel down, okay? So drop that back heel, then you reset, come across and drop that heel. But if you're able to, drop your hips lower, okay? So the goal is to do 8 on each leg, okay? So we could focus, I like alternating, because the benefit of alternating would be when you are not working on one leg, that opposite leg is recovering. But if you're just doing that right leg and doing all 8, it never gets to recover, so your last few repetitions will start falling apart a little bit. So let's alternate, okay? So 8 on each leg, start here and begin. So 1, 1, 2, 2. If you want to add a balance component to this, on your way up, you want to lift your leg and then back down, okay? So that's if you want to add some balance to it, okay? Because now we're standing on one foot, and now it's taxing you a little bit more. 4. If you don't want to do that knee drive, totally fine. We're still strengthening that glute. So this is one, if you do maybe 3 sets of 10 on each leg, you'll feel your glutes be tender, in the coming days. I've noticed that when I do leg workouts, usually I feel the most sore 2 days after that workout. So it's that delayed onset response. And I'm gonna do one more on each leg. I should be done. I might have done an extra one. Okay, so you feel that right here, right? So, all right, folks. Good. All right, single leg squat prep. Okay, so this next one is one that I just found. I wanted to try it. If we don't like it, if it feels uncomfortable, what I want you to do is try to do, we're gonna do a reverse lunge, but it's gonna be just in the static position, and you're just gonna use the chair as just more of like a counter. But the movement I wanted to try out was we're kneeling here in this position, and then from here, we're gonna try to come up. So if you wanna try it with the chair still, you could just go from here and come up, and then just drop back down to the knee. So I have my yoga mat underneath, so my knee is supported, okay? So we could do this variation where we're here and using the chair to get up and then get back down, okay? So we're gonna do 5 on each leg for this one. Okay. And if you wanna not rely on that chair, you could just go on your own and just reset. I'm gonna do one more. All right, and that's developing strength on each leg at a time. So take about 20 seconds rest. Catch your breath. Okay. If you don't need this rest and you want to just continue with doing more, you're more than welcome to. So then you're going to come up and then back down to the floor. So I'm pretty much pushing through my heel on this front leg and my hind toe, okay? I'm right here just resting on the floor. It's number 4 and number 5. Okay, very good. Have a seat, catch your breath a little bit. If you're a little bit out of breath, get your rest, because this class is not intended to sweat and get your heart rate up, okay? This class is to develop strength and to develop balance. So if you're feeling a little bit winded, that's good. We're burning calories, our heart rate's up. But again, when you are fatigued and tired, usually your form starts falling apart a little bit. So we just want to make sure that we're collected again so we could be fully recovered before the next movement, okay? So we did 12 of those, 6 on each side. Okay. All right. Very good. Now we're gonna do, believe, a standing Jane Fonda or standing hip abduction. Okay, so for this one, you're just standing here, right leg comes out, and then back down. Again, you could use a counter for any exercise, so you could always have a chair nearby. Sometimes if your balance is off, you could just tap your chair, or just knowing that it's there, and you'll be a little bit more confident with the movement. So let's do 8 to 10 of these. 8, 9, and 10. Okay. And you do those 10, just kind of relax a little bit. Okay, shake the legs off. Sometimes just standing still but pushing a lot of force into that foot or that heel will fatigue that opposite leg. Right, now let's go other leg. So 8 to 10. And remember, when you're doing this, you don't want to be leaning too much because then that defeats the purpose of hinging at that hip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. There we go. Alright. Okay. We have one more that we're gonna do before we take our little more balance exercise. So this one, again, I would use the chair. You're gonna be in this split squat position. So you're gonna be on your back toes, and if you can manage to get on your front toes on this one so your heel is elevated, okay? So I'm using my chair here and I'm just going up and down. Not too much movement going on, but I'm just going about maybe 5 inches up, 5 inches down. But it's on my toes on my front foot and my toes on my back foot. So do about 6 to 8 of these. And you're gonna feel right below your hips burning, right above your knees. Last one and rest, okay? I don't know why I always shake my legs out like that's doing anything, but I think it's more placebo. Just kind of making sure they're not too tight. And then we're gonna do our opposite leg. So right now we had our right leg in front elevated. Now it's gonna be our left leg, okay? All right, so if you're fully recovered, again, position yourself. Left leg is front, right leg is back. Toes are elevated on both feet. And again, down and up. 2, I'm gonna go for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and have a seat. We're going to take a little stretching intermission in between some of these exercises. So let's go ahead and sit on our left hand. Bring your right hand over and allow that elbow to drop. So just kind of grab your head and stretch. Okay. So yeah, so this is normal here. So I want to grab and then pull. Okay. So you want to pull the other way. Meijin, yeah. So I'll come a little closer. So you want to go like this and pull. Okay. Yes, there you go. Okay. So yeah, so just pull. So you want to feel the stretch right here. Let's switch. Alright, let's go with both hands over our head and then elbows come down. And relax. And for those of you that are watching the recordings, for some reason my software only allows me to record just about an hour's worth of a time, or like 62 minutes. So it's always gonna cut off towards the end. So my apologies for that, but you're getting most of the workout in. So, alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get back on our feet, okay? Alright, so next balance movement or exercise is gonna be our tandem stance. So right foot in front of our left. So right foot in front of our left. So now we have, instead of having a squared base, now it's more of a rectangular base. We're right here. So you might find yourself already swaying, so you might want to keep that counter nearby. Okay, and we're just gonna stand here for about 20 seconds. I was just picking at my nails here, so no, nothing specific with your hands. Your hands could be anywhere. We're gonna go and look left to right, okay? So looking left to right. So just turn your head looking left, right. Now up and down. So this throws off our balance, but it also gives us a nice stretch of our neck. Alright, so for this next one that we are going to close our eyes, remember you could hover your hand over your chair or always open your eyes and split your legs so you have a nice base. Ready, and close your eyes. I'm going to hold for about 20-25 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Very good. All right, just shake off those feet. We're quite not done with this stance yet. So again, let's, once you're comfortable, let's put that right foot in front of our left. And I want you to just elevate that left foot. So it could be half an inch off the ground, or it could be a full foot, as long as it's not making contact with the floor. And if you need to make contact, then just maybe the tip of your foot, okay? And remember, you could always have that chair nearby for a counter. All right, if you're comfortable, we're gonna do a knee drive from here. So we're gonna drive that left knee up, and then step back, and then up. 3, and remember, you can always hover over that chair. 4, we're gonna do 8 of these. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. All right, we're moving on. Done with that set. Okay. All right, so the next block of exercise, we're actually going to be down on the floor. So if you want to set up your yoga mat, let's transition down to the floor. All right. So we want to keep our entire body strong. And so one of these movements that we're gonna do is gonna be a slow push-up. So we'll do a slow knee assisted push-up, okay? So pretty much you'll get on your push-up position, knee assisted, so also on your knees. If you're comfortable, just be aware when you're doing push-ups, the further your arms are away from each other, the more you're using your chest. The closer you come for like your position, the more you're using your arms and your shoulders, okay? So we want to be a little bit further because we do want to emphasize the chest a little bit here. So find that position, and it's going to be a slow push-up. So what I want you to do is go slowly down and then slowly up. And I also want you to go as far as where you're comfortable. So if it means we only go down 4 or 5 inches or 2 or 3, then that's our range. But if you could go lower towards our chest, towards the floor, then let's try that. But again, we want to be safe. All right, so let's do 6 to 10 of these. So you're here, and go ahead and begin at your own count. And these are slow, okay? So nothing fast. Okay, so we might just have a slight bend at the elbows and come back up. Or you might just be a little bit, stronger on that upper body. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. All right, so that's our slow motion push-up. Okay, get 8 of those. Right, our next one is gonna be a plank. So we're gonna be on our elbows and on our toes. If we can't do our toes, then on our knees, okay? So we're gonna be here. So the idea is to do a plank with the leg lift. So if you're extended to your toes, we wanna lift one leg up, other leg up. If we're in this kneel position, same thing, knee goes up, and then we switch to the other knee, okay? So you could do either one. This one's gonna be for time, so we're gonna do 30 seconds, okay? All right, so let's get on that position. So either choose your toes or your knees to support you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and begin. Just remember, we're going for time. And if we can't lift that leg, then just keep the plank position. There's a lot of core stability just from the planks. We're at 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Very good. Okay. So, now we're going to go ahead and get on our side. Okay. So for this one, our position is going to be a side plank. So you could be resting on your elbow and on your knee for this one. Okay, so when you're here, what I want you to do is that top leg that's resting, you're gonna lift up and down. Okay, if we can't do that, let's just hold this plank position here. Okay? All right, and again, this is for time. So 30 seconds on this side, then we're gonna switch to the other side. Okay, ready? Elevate and begin. So you could lift that heel. So I'm resting on my elbow and on my knee. "15 seconds in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, rest. Transition to the other side. We'll get our 30 seconds rest as well. Ooh, my left side is tight. I did some side planks on that left side earlier and it was also bothering me. So yeah, listen to your body. Could be some days where you feel amazing and other days where things just don't feel right. Okay. And tomorrow you might feel perfect. All right, so we're here, right elbow, and then also remember, support yourself. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, and up. And again, lift that leg, that top leg. If you want, it's just gonna add more of a strength component to it. 10 seconds in. 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Good work. Oof. Alright, rest your arms a little bit because we're gonna need them right now. Okay. So this next one we have, it's called a bear crawl shoulder tap position. So I'm gonna give you 3 options, okay? So 3 different options. First option, you get in the quadruped position, which is your wrists right below your shoulders, your knees right below your hips, and you just tap your opposite shoulder, okay? Second option is you're gonna do a bear crawl hold. So from here, from this quadruped position, you're gonna push your knees off the ground, just supporting yourself with your toes and your arms. So you're here. So you see my knees are off the ground. So you're just holding that. That's the second option. The third option is a combination of both, which would be the bear crawl position and then now you're tapping your shoulders. Okay, so those are our 3 options. So go with the one that's the safest for you and you're most comfortable. Okay, all right, 30 seconds of that. Ready? We'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So 30 seconds. We're halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good work. Oof. What options did we go with? Let me see. Barbara, did you guys go with the shoulder taps or bear crawl shoulder taps?
We did a combination.
Okay. Good.
Once you hit a stage of exhaustion, we just switched out.
Yeah, that's good. And that's what you want to do too. If you want to try, sometimes what I do is start with the most challenging ones, and once I can't do that anymore, bring it down to like the next level down. So
Will do.
Yeah, good option. Good job. You did it without me mentioning that. Oof. All right, and then our last one is the reverse plank. So 2 options here for this one. You could be in a crab style, which is you're here and just elevate your hips off the ground. Okay? That's the first option. Second option is your legs are extended and you elevate your hips off the ground. So usually when your legs are a little bit more tucked in, that movement usually not as demanding. Okay? All right, we'll start in 10 seconds. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds, hold. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Whew. Alrighty. We're gonna be on our feet again. We have our tandem stance, so our opposite leg where we go our left foot in front of our right foot. So we'll start those in about a minute, so catch your breath. Alrighty. There we go. So now left foot in front of our right. Left foot in front of our right. On the previous one, we did our right foot in front of our left. So left foot in front of our right. Whew. Does anyone have any plans for this weekend? Any traveling or... Alright, so just hold that. I'm going to check the chat. Oh, no worries. Sounds good. Alrighty. So left foot in front of our right. Now we're going to look left to right. Yeah, if at any point you just can't make a session, just remember I'll usually post the recordings later in the afternoon. So you could, I mean, you have all week so to really do them. And I also, since we only meet once a week, I'll be posting like an extra credit video assignment. So you folks could always do those. They're not mandatory, but in case you want to do something else, up and down. So just let me know if, I mean, you folks that are here, would you like maybe like an extra video on like an actual workout or more of like a stretching session? Right, and then we'll close our eyes. So remember, just have your hand around that counter. And open your eyes. Very good. All right, and then just a reminder. It's not really a reminder, but go ahead. I think some of you were going to talk. Elevate that back leg. So hold that leg up for about 15 to 20 seconds. Just gonna check the chat. Okay. Resistance bands. Yep, sounds good. I'll try to incorporate some of that stuff. So, all right, and then from here we're gonna go up and down. Do 3 more. 4, 5, and 6. Awesome. Alrighty. And then that was it. We're moving on. Okay. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna go ahead and do our tightrope. So the tightrope, we're gonna find the longest straightaway in our room, and we're just gonna go and walk 1 foot in front of the other. Okay? So just 1 foot in front of the other. Once you reach your end, then we're gonna go in reverse. Okay? So make sure you feel safe. All right, and then now on the way forward again, let's go on our toes, okay? You're on your toes. Tippy toes. And then now let's go in reverse. All right. Okay. What else do we have here? Single leg glute bridge. Okay, a lot of this stuff we're gonna be just upright here. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna do a little bit of mobility. So we'll have our chair nearby. Okay, so with this one, I'm just gonna use the counter, and then just go. Oh, from here, and then just go up, and then in reverse. Okay, so I'm just using the bottom part of the chair, and I'm really just loosening up this area here. All right, and then let's go with our just switch and do that opposite side. Very good. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with one of the more important movements, and I go important because this is why we really do all of these. This is why we want to make sure that we have good balance, because we're gonna find ourselves several times, I'm sure, in the future where no one's around us. Maybe our arms are hurt, our wrists are injured, and there's no support, and you got to find a way to get up. So what we're gonna do is just do 6 to 8 chair squats right here. So using our chair, we don't want to depend on this rolling motion either. We don't want to do this. We just want to stab our heels into the floor and push up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 6 to 8 of these. So you could count that first one again. So try not to also push your hands from you. Okay, just depend on your legs right here. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so rest for 30 seconds. I gotta track this. Oof. Chair squats, 8. All right. Now we're gonna do it with an offset. Okay, so you're here, but now one foot is slightly forward or elevated. So whatever you're comfortable with. So now let's go with the right foot. Maybe slide your heel in front or right next to your opposite toe. Okay, so we're here, and then now come up, and then back down, and then come up and down. If that seems a little bit easy, then just extend that leg. Okay, we're doing 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, now we rest for 30 seconds. All right. So just continue to rest. All right, ready? So let's go ahead and extend and begin. So 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. All right, we're gonna continue with some chair stretches or movements while we're here at the chair. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and elevate my leg and do my ABC. So trace the letters of the alphabet. Okay, so just from A to Z. This allows us to catch our breath. This shouldn't be taxing at all aerobically. And yeah, we're just moving our ankles here. Because once you twist that ankle or you sprain it, oh man, you just become very dependent on one leg. And then now you really gotta work on that balance. So let's switch once we're ready. Very good. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna ask you, this is a little bit of strengthening too, but it's also of a stretch. So I'm gonna ask you to lift your leg from underneath and then just swing your heel out, okay? So swing it out. So this leg is floating, it's not touching the floor, and it's swinging out. There's not much movement either. It might just be here, but pretty much this is just working on loosening that femur to that hip joint, so it's not so tight. Very good. And we'll switch. Other side. And then again, rotate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. Alright, from here we're going to do 20 calf raises, okay? So we're here and just lift your heels so your heels come off the ground. And we're doing 15 to 20 of these. So try to get as much range of motion as possible. Let's do 5 more. Very good. Straighten out the legs and you could just do little pumps real quick. Alright, next we're going to do our toes up. Okay, toes come up, heels are flat, and toes come up now. Ready and begin. So toes up, down, up, up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to do 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, very good. Alright, next we're going to do our, I guess we could call these like eagle grabs. So just imagine your feet being the talons of like a eagle, and you're gonna grip the floor, okay? So you're pulling your toes towards your heels, okay? So really gripping aggressively. So go ahead and begin. So let's do 10 of those. So grip underneath your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty. Very good. Alright, we're gonna go back into our strengthening portion. So, alright, so this class is not just all about balance but strength. So I want to add some exercises and lifts that are also just going to be beneficial just in general to have good strength. So if you want to go ahead and grab your dumbbells now. So grab your dumbbells. So we're going to do front to lateral dumbbell raises. Okay, so this would be front and lateral would be here, okay? And all we need is shoulder height, okay? So when you're here, just go your shoulder height, and then when you're out here, shoulder height, okay? We don't want to go up here or up here, okay? We just want to go here and here. So 6 to 8 of each one. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. We'll put those down. Rest your arms a little bit before they fall off. Okay. Very good. All right, so we'll rest the arms a little bit for this one. Okay. So next one I have is called a cosmic side to side lunge. Okay. So this one, we're gonna stand opposite or far away, and what we're gonna do is lean on one side, and this leg that's straight, you want to rotate the heel up. Okay, and then we're just gonna shift slowly, and then just rotate that heel up. So we're just shifting our torso weight from one leg to the other. Okay, so we're doing 5 on each side, and it's very slow. Okay, that's 3 and 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 6, and 6. Very good. All right, catch your breath. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue with a little bit of upper body strengthening, okay? All right, so this is called the Poliquin lateral raise. We're just gonna do bicep curls to Arnold press because we just did shoulders. So this one, we did lateral shoulders. So this one, we're gonna start here. Palms are facing the camera. We're gonna curl, we're gonna rotate, and you're gonna press, okay? Then here, rotate and come back down. All right, put those dumbbells down, get ready. We're gonna start with those pretty soon. All right, and if we're ready to go, we are here and begin. So curl, rotate, press. That's 1. We're doing 8 to 10 of these. Curl, rotate, press. That's 2. Curl, rotate. 3. Curl. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. I'm gonna go for 8. My shoulders are burning. And 8. Okay. Very good. Job, Leslie. Hey, Jill. Job, Deborah. All right. This one's a little bit of a cardio and balance. So this is gonna be standing, elbow to opposite knee. So you're gonna have this prisoner hold right here with your arms. And the idea is to bring your right elbow to your left knee. Okay, and then switch. Okay, so let's try to do 10 on each side, so a total of 20. Okay, so we're here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So 1. These are slow too, so not too fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Good job. Whew. Moving on. We're gonna do our round the clock single leg squats. Okay. How's everyone feeling? Are we getting a little tired? Do you want to start stretching soon? I'm open to whatever you folks want to do. So, All right, if we want to continue, let's go ahead and do our single leg round the clock squat. So this is where we are in the center of the clock and we go around with the 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and so forth, okay? Ready? So 12 single leg squats per leg. Elevate that heel and begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, oop, dumbbells in the way, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oof, 10, 11, and 12. All right, very good. Gonna now go with our left leg. So now we're going counterclockwise, okay? If we're ready, let's go ahead and begin. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 is straight back, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ooh, here goes my balance, 1, and last one. Very good. Awesome, nice work. We got 12 of those. When I'm stepping away from the interval, it's just I'm tracking all of my movements here, so. Alrighty. Okay, so we could finish off with some mobility work here just as our cool down as we are winding down for the last 15 minutes of this session. I think it'd be a good idea just to cool down. All right, so let's go ahead and bring that right arm across. Let's bring our left arm across. We burn close to 200 calories right now, so good job, everyone. Reach up towards the ceiling. Let's lean right. Lean right. Let's lean left. Very good. Oof. Let's do our snow angels right here. So just hands come up, hands go down. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Let's go ahead and do a trunk rotation. So gently turn your trunk to your right. It's a gentle turn. Try to reach a little bit more. So just rotate slightly more. All right, let's switch. So left side now. Turn left. Gentle turn. little bit more. And relax, okay? Very good. Let's go ahead and put our left heel on our right knee. Left heel on the right knee. And this is stretching out our piriformis, so part of our nervous system with that sciatic nerve there. Very good. Gentle push down. Just add a little bit of pressure downwards. All right, let's bring that knee up. Hug that knee. All right, bring it down. Now right heel on that left knee. This is one of my favorite stretches. Really feel like it loosens up the hamstrings a lot. All right, gentle push down on that right knee, gentle push. All right, bring that right knee up, hug it out. We got a couple more stretches and then